Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the RTL Beach. I hope you had a great lunch. I hope you had a great morning. Lots of super interesting content, and it's carrying on, of course, this afternoon. Lots of great things happening here. So we're kicking off this afternoon with three major buzzwords. We've got measurement, ad tech, and AI. Three buzzwords here for one goal: make complexity invisible. That's what this panel that you're about to see is all about. For years, we've all been asking, how do we go about measuring across fragmented screens? How do we make sense, of course, of the data? And can AI help us improve, not just speed up? Those are the questions. And today, we're bringing it all together: measurement, ad serving, AI. Three silos that need to finally speak the same language, friends. So to explore this together, I'm joined by three experts that I would like to invite to join me on stage: Gloria Eichler, Thomas Servatius, and Guillaume Belmas. Come and join me. Thank you, guys. Come and make yourselves feel comfortable on the stage here. I'll introduce you while you're sitting down. So Gloria, you are Chief Product Officer at smartclip. Gloria, in a few words, translates raw data into real insights. We've got, how are you doing, first of all? You good?
Yeah, all fine, and it's a bit windy up here, so really nice.
That's quite nice to have a bit of wind, isn't it? Yeah, of course. Keep the microphones very close to your mouth as you're speaking, otherwise we will not hear you very well. Yeah,
I will do.
Because of the wind, of course. Thomas, you are co-CEO of smartclip. Thomas, you've built some of Europe's most scalable ad tech infrastructures. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm from the north of Germany, so it's a bit hot for me, but I make the best out of it.
You're managing. Okay, you got the shorts on. That's cool. Everything's nice. Guillaume, you are CEO of Realytics. Guillaume has been connecting, I would say, linear and digital worlds long before it became trendy. Can we say that?
Exactly.
Okay, good. How are you doing?
Very good.
Okay, wonderful. So now that I've presented everybody, let's get down to business. TV isn't dead, but it's split into 5 different formats. We've got broadcast, BVOD, AVOD, SVOD, and social, and they rarely actually talk to each other. So Guillaume, I'm going to start with you. Why is measuring TV and video still such a technical nightmare? And I would like to ask you if it was a data problem, if it was a standards problem, if it was both. What is it? What's happening?
So you name it, it's both. And yeah, the past years, we have more and more different things happening on the TV screen. And you named it, AVOD, SVOD, BVOD, and so on, anything with VOD. And also linear is still there and working very well. And gathering everything is a challenge. It's definitely a technical challenge because of the data sources you have to rely on, because of the different constraints you can get from publishers and so on. But also, and this is the second point, we have a lack of standard as well. So even if we have some standards coming from the digital, it's still TV. And here again, you have a multiplicity of connections between the TV set itself, sometimes a set-top box, sometimes the app running into the TV. So it's an increasing complexity that we are trying to solve from a measurement perspective.
Okay, cool. So thanks for setting the scene there. Can we say that ad tech loves to create complexity? Is that something we could say? Yeah, I think it is, probably. Yeah. And I think you guys are doing everything you can to kill that. That's what I'm understanding here. smartclip has taken real steps to simplify, of course, the ecosystem, integrating BEE directly into the smartx ad server. So Gloria, what does that actually look like in practice?
So you need to know that I have a background in the ad operations department, and I know firsthand that what that means if there's anything that needs to be integrated apart from the standard. So additional pixel, additional vendors, it creates a lot of additional effort and a headache. So what we are trying to solve is to make the life of the operators more easy, and if you ever talk to them, they will love it. So what we did is we made an integrated integration into our platform with BEE to make it seamless, working out of the box, not just gathering the data, but also seeing that in the porting. And the next step, of course, as an ad server would be then to make the data actionable or activate it and make it actionable. So it's also a very good step forward for us as an ad server and SSP solution.
Okay, great. Guillaume, I think it's one thing to build tech, it's another to understand what it's producing. I know that you've studied over 7,000 campaigns. What sort of patterns and surprises are you witnessing?
A lot. So recently, especially with BEE, so BEE being the cross-media measurement solution that we have, and we see a lot of interesting things. First, in terms of consumptions, because you have more and more non-linear content that are consumed, and even as a consumer, our habits are changing, and so this is what we definitely see in terms also of advertising. So you have more budget spent on non-linear content, and also there is a low duplication between linear and non-linear, which means that linear TV is still there. You have a kind of consumption of your linear TV, and the non-linear content are coming on top of that. So low duplication, which is interesting from an advertiser standpoint, meaning that you can still invest on linear TV and non-linear content as well to reach your target.
Okay.
And also we saw one super interesting one, which is the loyalty of the viewers to a given platform. So when you consider one campaign, for example, we saw that you have people watching, speaking for France, for example, M6 Plus and TF1 Plus and France.tv, and you have a kind of loyalty, meaning that it's worth having a look at the different platforms that you can invest on and to get the best audience out of it. So a lot of different things. I could mention a lot of...
that would be very exhaustive.
Yeah, for sure. But
that's good data.
The fragmentation makes it even more interesting because you have a lot of different combinations that you can activate as an advertiser.
Okay, very clear. Thank you for that. Thomas, data is great. I'm sure you'll agree with me, but it's great until you drown in it. Okay, so we have the data, but how do we actually go about making this data usable, especially for people who are looking for answers and not dashboards, of course?
It's a very good question. I mean, the whole ecosystem is talking about data as a competitive advantage. Everybody says data is super important, but what people forget is that the more data points you create, the more complex gets the measurement. And I like always to do some very simple math to explain it, because if you have only one data point you're measuring, you can analyze one data point. If it's 2, it's 2. If it's 3, it's 6. If it's 4, it's already 24. If it's more, if it's 5, then it's getting up to 70, up to 100. So that means, alone in our platform, we are measuring about 100 dimensions and over 70 KPIs. To make that analyzable for a user, a reporting user, we are creating every night 120 million aggregates. So that means a user of the smartx platform could analyze 120 million different questions just from our reporting. And what is, of course, the reality that if you look at the time a user is having, nobody is really able to work with this data. And for that reason, we think you need a different approach. And just what is very important, we bought Realytics in 2022, and Realytics has measured more than 10,000 campaigns, and all the data of these 10,000 campaigns is in their system. How do we leverage that? And we struggled with that a long, long time. So we were always wondering ourselves, what can we do with all this data? How can we leverage and make use of it? And then suddenly, 2 years ago, Gen AI was launched. And suddenly we saw that this could really be a means to an end to help to overcome this complexity. And that's where we think that the three things are really starting to belong together.
Okay, so AI can help, but AI is not all created equal. Can we say that? So what makes your approach different? I mean, I think about the chat GPT hype, but what you're doing is different?
I think it's different. I mean, if you look at the discussions about AI, what you see, there's a lot of almost esoteric things going on. So that means every 2 months, somebody is launching something and saying there is a super AGI which will replace all humans. And of course, it's nice if you're looking for 100 million funding, you want to tell these stories. But what we really need to do is use AI to help the people in the back office. And what you see there running in the background is a very concrete example of what you can do. So we choose a different approach. I mean, everybody is talking about it. We're talking about agentic AI. So what we are doing is we are using LLMs to solve very specific problems users are having. And what you see, what is going in the back, this is, for example, a specialized agent which is taking the data from the BEE campaigns, which is data which is coming across different TV channels. And what it is doing, it's analyzing the data. It's giving some qualitative insights, what the data which you're seeing in the dashboard is meaning. What it is also doing, it is giving recommendations what you should do based on the data which is seen for a specific campaign. So what is unique about this, that these data points and this treasure of data is only available at Realytics. We are the only ones who are having that. And so what we decided is that this data should be kept with us, and we don't want to share it. So what we launched is our own AI platform, which we call Sidekicks, which is basically a platform which is hosted by ourselves, using open source LLMs, and then we train these LLMs for these very kind of specific use cases without sharing the data to anyone else. So that means we use LLM really fit for purpose. It is helping people who are doing the actual work. It's not a funny CEO story, which you are telling in the boardroom, of course. I mean, Bertelsmann funded this initiative, so it is a story you can tell in the boardroom. But what we wanted to do is, I said we need to get AI out of the boardroom discussions to the real people who are doing the work. And this is what we try to do with it. And this is just one example. So we are also having these agents integrated into our own smartx platform. So we think it's a broader approach.
Okay, so you are collecting a lot of data. I can imagine that that data is sometimes a little bit sensitive. Data from, I guess, broadcasters, advertisers, elsewhere probably. You know, and you feed that data to the AI, if I understand correctly. And so how do you ensure the safety aspect of all of this, Gloria?
Yeah, as Thomas just mentioned, it's self-hosted. So this approach is not new to us. So since GDPR became active, so for quite a while, we chose the privacy-first approach,
okay.
And we want to make sure that data is not uncontrolled, forwarded anywhere. So as Thomas just already spoiled the story, we are having a self-hosted platform, and we're making sure that the data is with us and stays with us.
Stays with us. It doesn't go anywhere
And it doesn't
else.
go anywhere else, not to the US, not China, anywhere. So it's pretty safe with us. And whoever knows our platform, they know it's really about data and data control.
Okay, but your AI agents, they can be plugged into other ecosystems, correct?
Yes, the platform is open. That means it's not needed to do a big integration to do it. If a platform, for example, from one of our clients or a media partner of us is having APIs, you can connect our agents on the platform, or you can connect it to agentic solutions which others are using. And that is really a new field, because right now everybody is starting to explore the field. Everybody is figuring out what can we do with AI. So we think you need to have an open approach, where you're not saying we're giving you this closed shop proprietary solution. No, we're using open standards, which would allow you to say, if you have your own agentic use cases, to integrate those.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to add something?
Yeah, just from a smartclip perspective and for our clients. So we will definitely test this approach, and we will basically solve the first problems in our platform, so our clients can look forward to that.
Okay, wonderful. That's good news for people that are listening maybe here today. We're coming to the end of our discussion. The future isn't about more tech, it's about less friction. That's what I understand. And to conclude, what does the future of media measurement actually look like to each one of you? You can elaborate a little bit on it. We have a little bit of time. Thomas.
Well, I think AdTech made a lot of money with creating complexity and then helping the clients to solve the problems which they created by themselves. Which is fine. I mean, it's a nice model to live on for a couple of years. But to be honest, if you look at really a responsible product approach, we are really starting to be over-challenging and over-demanding to our users. And I think the way we need to build media products in the future is really having a solution where it's digestible, usable, and actionable by any user who is working in the platform without the need to have an academic degree about measurement. I think that is the future we really need to work to. And I think, of course, everybody's hyping AI. I think that LLMs are giving us new opportunities to simplify the complex.
Okay, Gloria.
Yeah, I make it short. So for me, choose wisely with whom you are sharing data with, and be responsible.
Okay, be responsible, hearing you. And Guillaume?
I think it's about collaboration. It's collaboration between humans and AI. So that sounds a bit odd, but it's actually true. I mean, the agents are there to help people, not to replace their jobs. And I really mean it. Let me give you an example. Whenever you saw this agent in the video running before, this is super useful for people to understand quicker, better, all the insights that are produced. And that's really super helpful. I mean, all the customers we showed that said, okay, that's really what we needed. But there is also fear of, okay, but are you going to replace my job? No, because we don't know the context. We don't know your brand. We don't know your competitive field. We don't know what is your strategy. I mean, the agent doesn't know that. And it's about, again, collaboration, talking to your data, having an expert of your data talking back. This is really what we want to build there. And so that's collaboration. Final word, collaboration.
Collaboration. So this is the future of measurement that we've been talking about. A last word, maybe, if you want to, something you'd like to share with the audience, anything that comes to mind, anything you would like to conclude with. If you have anything that passes through your mind, we have a couple of minutes left. If you would like to conclude. Thomas?
What I would really be interested is AI for us and the services which we are launching right now are really new. And we know that a lot of people are exploring and investigating a lot of time right now in finding their own approaches. For us, it is super useful if partners in the ecosystem which are here or clients which are here are sharing with us their ideas.
Feedback, yeah.
As we share ours, so that we develop something which is relevant, but which is also fitting to the respective client strategies and partner strategies. So that is something I would really love to encourage. If this is a topic you are working on, if you think the approach is something which could work, let's talk.
Okay, that's great. And this is a great opportunity because like we're going to finish in a couple of minutes. And you guys, if anybody has any questions, you guys are open this afternoon. You're hanging around. You're going to be at the party. I mean, you might not want to talk business all night, but still, it'll be interesting.
Always
Gloria.
ready. Always ready. Also all night.
Already prepared. Any last comments? Closing up.
We have a lot of different stories about what we spoke before, what we discovered about the usage, about this fragmentation of audience. And if you want to know more about this, come to us. We have a lot of stories.
Okay, wonderful. And you can do that around a drink because it's always nice.
Also.
Okay, super. Well, thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. The smartclip team here as well. Thomas, thank you so much. Guillaume.
Thank you.
And Gloria, thank you so much for this great discussion. It was really cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
You have a photo.
Oh.